Okay, so I wanted to start off with a actual life drawing, even for this simple character. And for the life of me, I cannot find my children drawings anywhere except for these little guys that I drew when we went to the zoo. So this is going to be my character. I'm going to start with a ball. And just to be clear, it can't be just a circle. You have to think of it in terms of being a three-dimensional ball. And it does make a difference. Okay, and then I'm going to go down and make the torso, the body. And I like to use the kidney shape because it gives you the belly, the rib cage, and the butt. And this is pretty much the standard way of approaching most characters. This is how Mickey Mouse was made and most of the Disney characters, but also pretty much any television character you see now this is basically the simple approach. Kidney shape, got the arm there. I'm just putting the circle where the shoulder is just to kind of indicate where the arm goes in. And now I gotta find the center point for the circle. And here this little bump that comes off will be the cheeks of the child. And this is pretty important. Now you can't do just a round head, but the cheeks are pretty appealing. If you're doing a man, you just do a simply different shape, or a woman. But for a child, this little bump is really pretty cute. So I just put some hair on. I really like to square off the head a little bit for the shape of the hair. And we got the shirt and shorts. And I'm going to fix up these feet just a little bit down here. They're looking kind of funky. There you go. I'm going to make a separate video about hands and feet for you to look at. But, okay, so this is kind of done. I'm just going to fiddle with it a little bit more. Here, a little lip. Okay, now I'm going to try to keep this all the same proportion and do a front view. Now this is not like an exact science. It's pretty sculptural. I mean, the character just keeps evolving through the process of doing gestures, because you find that you need to make adjustments to the design for the character to be able to do certain gestures that are needed for the performance. So this will just keep evolving, but we do the best we can on every step of the way. You know, looking back on this, I now see that I've made the boots unevenly high, but that's okay for now. The important thing is that I get the basic foundation, because it's these basic shapes that I'll be animating with. And then with cleanup, I start adding the details, you know, where the shorts hit and where the boots are, and the face. But on first pass, you can just do the ball head and then add the cheeks later. Or if you need to see where the cheeks are, you add them as you go too. But the facial features, that's for the last pass. So I'm trying to line up those ears so they're about the same place as side view. Okay, now I'm going to try to do a 3/4 view. And looking back on this, I see that I screwed it up because that line showing where the top of the head is goes uphill. It's a little hard to see on here, but you know, I'm drawing from kind of a weird angle, so I'm not seeing this as clearly as if I was looking down on it. Just do the best I can. Now you can really start to see how the third character is a bit taller than the first one. Just a bit. But those are the things you really want to keep an eye on. For the next assignment, I did use a ruler so I could do it correctly and I don't have to go back and fix anything. And then I just wanted to make this one little head to show you what how those cheeks work if they look up. Okay, so next I'm going to go over this sketchy blue stuff with a graphite pencil. This is a Palomino pencil, which I really like to use with drawing. Just to kind of lock down the correct lines when I have many lines going on like this. So one thing about this character you might notice is you can't tell if it's boy or girl. And she doesn't have much personality. Okay, that's because I didn't really nail down the character before I started. On the next assignment, we're going to figure out who the character is, what we'll need for the animation, and apply design principles. So we're going right into a really successful design right away. This assignment is really just to kind of get you used to the really basic solid drawing technique. Notice that I don't use any hard edges, or I really don't define elbows and knees so much. And there's a reason for that, because you sometimes need the knees and the elbows to be in different places to fit the gestures. And it might sound odd, but when I'm doing my own animation, I really prefer to use fairly simple cylinders. And I think you'll find in the feature animation designs that this is also the case. If you think of like Mr. Incredible's arms, they're not muscly defined unless they need to be. That way his animation, his movement always looks fluid and believable. I mean, the ultimate goal here is to have your characters be believable, for the audience to go into this other world, empathize with the character, and believe that their emotions and their feelings and their situations are real. Um, at least that's the way I see it. So, um, yeah. Okay.